Innovative.
What's good? What's good? So we starting or we gonna start it off? You want me to start it off? Should we lead? What's good? It's Tony Grams here.
The camera not on you yet.
Oh, go. Who's it on? Everybody just staring at me like what's everybody looking
get
at?
off the phone.
What's everybody looking at?
I'm cool ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey,
You know, I got to float with that shit.
There you go.
you know how we do.
Yeah. With that being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
Who I got in the building with me today?
What's up? It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. And we in here chilling. Got the homie. Introduce himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My name is Mario Caballero, a.k.a. Puro. Follow me, Puro Caballero, on Instagram, all the socials. Yeah. Doing the comedy thing, DJing, all the works, you know? Give me a follow. Give everybody a follow. Shout out Innovative. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, this like your fourth time here, I think.
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
like that,
yeah.
It's coming a regular.
Yeah, for sure, man.
The rotation.
Did the
Thanks
special.
again. Thanks again.
They did
First
the
time this
special.
year.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's like first, is it the first like return guest of the year?
Of the year, yes.
Yeah, that's dope.
Sounds like I won an award. I'll take it. All right.
He like hold it up like we did it. It's just like,
I'm like Jamal Crawford, six man of the year award. Bring me in off the bench, coach. I'm ready. I'm putting up shots.
it's been good. It's been good with everybody. Everybody's week.
Shit, man, you know, just shit going on, you know, the world is going. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something funny that happened to me.
Y'all felt that earthquake last night?
Nah.
Oh, there was one?
Yeah, I was up when
I heard
happened.
about it when I woke up.
I was smoking. I was literally watching.
I was probably eating a burrito at that
I
point.
was just sitting there. I was just smoking, and I felt it, and you could tell when it's not like a truck or something, and it kind of got a little harder. Yeah. It started shaking a little rough.
You know when you're getting your black bone out.
You know when you can't take it no more. Like, what? No, but I felt it just started. It was like it got a little strong, and it just stopped, and then it was like I kept smoking, and that was it. I didn't. They said it was supposed to be a powerful aftershock, but I'm like, I don't know if I felt the aftershock or if that was the earthquake. But they were saying it was supposed to be a strong aftershock, all that other shit. But
they always say that. You know, they be like, "Oh, this earthquake weather."
That's always been weird to me.
Dude, the weather's been wild though the last couple weeks. So I don't know if you guys have been talking about it. Yeah, it's just the amount of rain, the flooding, and all that shit. Not just here in LA, but like
everywhere.
All around the state, on the West Coast, and everybody's getting. People are dying, getting trapped in cars because of flooding and shit. Like close to like up by Sacramento.
Yeah, certain times I'm pretty sure. It did get pretty bad.
There was a levee that broke. And
really?
One night, yeah. And there was like a couple people. They like excavated the cars, and they found a couple people's bodies in there.
Damn.
I was just like, damn, serious out there. I was like,
That's
holy
crazy.
fuck.
Well, think like
That's
other
wild.
states where it was snowing real bad and they was having blizzards and shit like that. Like, well, y'all heard about the dude who had died when he went out to get the milk? Well, I guess his girl had sent him out to go get milk.
Oh
She
shit!
should have took her ass in to go get the milk.
Yeah, but he
Fuck
he
your
didn't make it.
cornflakes.
Yeah, like shit like that. You feel me?
Fuck your Fruity Pebbles and your Fruit Loops.
Hey, yo, Mother Nature's
It
undefeated.
could have been for the baby. You feel me? It could have been some shit like
They'd
that.
have had pre-made. They'd have had milk if it was a baby.
Well, obviously they didn't. And
They
he
had
needed
some
to go.
bullshit.
But
Man,
This nigga went out for a death trip.
they do have didn't they have a baby formula shortage last year?
Supposedly, like last year.
Yo, I just read an article. There was some family, they were feeding their babies like almond milk, and then the baby like went into some like got sick and like was about to die, and they took it to the hospital, and they're like, we don't know what's going on with their kid, and they're like, you fucking dumb bitch, you give it almond milk. It's like it's got none of the nutrients that it needs to like.
To grow, to
grow,
live.
being like a
Just to live.
Yeah,
Like,
the baby went into shock or some shit like
that's
that. I was like,
crazy.
wow, people are wild.
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's a lot of weird shit going on. But
What else? What else is weird going
Dude,
on?
there was like a tornado that dropped down over here recently or some
Really?
shit like that. Yeah, there was like yeah, because the
haven't
weather
even-
was so wild. I was like, what the
I
fuck?
haven't even been keeping up
The
with the
tornado
weather.
in
Other
California?
than just when I'm out. Like today, I came out, I had a hoodie on, a coat over it, And I got in the car. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like
Yeah,
I had to
warm.
go out and like just it's hot as fuck outside. Like not burning up, but it's warm. It's like
Yeah, our weather out here has been kind of tricky.
It's kind of erratic.
Like LA, yeah. It's
For LA. You gotta put that asterisk because everybody's like, it's still fucking sunny.
yeah, it'll be sunny. It'll rain like for a couple hours, and then the clouds will clear up. The sun will be out, and then the rain will come back by the end
and
of
then
the
it'll
night.
be like freezing. Like, it'll be like 38 degrees by the end of the night type shit.
shit.
Like, so
It's like refrigerator weather. We're not used to that shit.
LA's been like a wild place, man. Yo, I saw a live road rage incident last night as I was going to, or 2 nights ago, I was going to a comedy show that I was DJing at out in Santa Monica. And I thought some dude like I don't know, it was weird. They were like at a light and some dude got out of his car and was talking shit to the guy in front of him. And I couldn't tell if he was being like nice to him, but it looked like it was just like 2 old men beefing. And so the fool was just like,
it was a gentle press.
yeah, I was like, what
the friendly
fuck?
press.
I was like, are you guys
Polite
mad?
press.
And you
Polite.
know him? Like,
The polite press.
He was a polite press. That's what it is.
It's
Like.
2 like middle-aged white dudes in Santa Monica. I was like, what the fuck is this?
You shouldn't be driving. You should have your driver driving you. Like he's saying shit like that.
Where are you
like,
from, Vancouver? Where are you?
Yeah.
Thousand Oaks. Like, fuck you. Just like, dude. That's fucking
Thousand
hilarious. You don't hear nobody just talk about Thousand Oaks.
They talk about Sherman Oaks a lot,
Yeah,
but you don't really
Oaks.
hear Thousand
You
Oaks.
never hear because that's where like the real. See, they act like the rich people. It's like regular motherfuckers that live in Sherman Oaks. Like the real rich motherfuckers live in Thousand Oaks, and they stay out of like shit. That's why you don't hear about them. Like, and that shit's like right next to Malibu, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
would think it's
Nice
up in the
ass
valley, like the way it sounds, Thousand Oaks. You would think it's somewhere by like Van Nuys or Calabasas or some shit. That's what I would think. But I'm like, shit, right there.
That shit right there.
I'll come see you.
Yeah, fool got out of his like Tesla or some shit to
That's
go
hilarious.
beef at a dude who was like in a Porsche or something. It was weird. I was like, I'd never seen this before.
Oh fuck. Tesla and a Porsche.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Did they scrape it or something?
That's
like,
funny.
Did he back into him? I don't know.
This is European. This is Tesla made.
Battery
This is
probably died.
Elon Musk. That's funny. I can't move this shit. The batteries I need to charge.
Be that way. It's crazy. It's like, where's the closest charging station? God damn it.
That's funny.
Oh man, yeah, wild shit. Man, freaking wild shit on the streets, man. Just outside my house, they did some construction like a couple weeks ago, and they left a fat pothole, and it was fucking up people's cars for like a week, and like they filled it in, and then it rained, and then
And it
it's
just
like
sunk
sunk
back
in
in,
again. So
yeah.
now it's back to pothole city. It's like fuck, I
And you
can't.
can call the city for those too. Like when you fuck your car up or you got a flat or bend the rim, they have to pay for it.
I gotta do that then. I'm just gonna blame all my scrape rims on that.
You literally like you could like literally call they replace that shit because they should have been fixed it or they can't like say, oh, you don't drive over there every day, or if you hit it they have to replace it.
Like
So
literally, I pull out of my apartment and I can't turn right. Like it's not just the lane; it goes past the far right lane. It goes
Damn.
like into the second lane. So like
They're just like they
you
just
can't
took up
avoid
spots,
it. Yeah,
like-
like, and I was like, dang man,
they're like, we're working.
yeah, it's crazy. I was like, this is wild. But yeah, it's just been crazy, man.
It's been a lot of weird, but it is like the weather is making it like I felt like I haven't seen a lot going on because it's been so cold, which it seems like been keeping people inside or just not like out. Because I haven't seen people just out doing dumb shit. Like
It's people out doing dumb shit.
I mean, of course, it's always out people
It's
doing dumb
always
shit.
Too many people in LA.
But it is like I haven't. Thank God,
Weather
I haven't
don't
been
stop
seeing
that.
it. Yes, it just cuts it back a little, just a little.
Yeah.
Like soon
They
as it
just
warm up,
they just gonna change how they dress for the dumb shit they about to go do.
put on their big coat. It hides more shit too. They can do more dumb shit. Like
I love how the LA official weather or like official clothing for like when it rains is just like a flannel and just whatever kicks you just don't care about. Like,
Yeah, there you are.
we don't have boots or nothing. We don't got no rain jackets.
galoshes.
Yeah, we have none of
You
that.
ain't got a flannel, you gonna put a hoodie on. It's just gonna be a hoodie and
some type of
Damp as
jacket
fuck
over
at the
it.
end of the day though.
Some
yeah.
type of little jean jacket over it, some type of denim, denim or flannel, and no leather. You never see niggas with leather and hoodies on in LA.
It's too hot for leather out here.
Even when it rains, you don't see that no nigga with just a leather jacket like some.
I mean, I
Averex.
guess
Pulled up
depending
looking
on
like
the
You got a
shaft.
whole Averex on and shit.
Yeah, not those.
Got the old school Averex popping. Like he's standing there, it's all big as fuck. It's like 30 pounds of leather. 30 pounds of leather. That ain't real leather. Hey, what he say? Oh, it's raining on my leather.
That's the
My
East
shit gonna
Coast
get
shit.
fucked. That shit ain't leather.
You
B.
go to like New York, Philly, Jersey, somewhere out there, like they gonna be wearing shit like that.
And they say, fuck out of here. That shit ain't leather, nigga. Hey, yo, who the fuck is you, fam? Hey, yo, fam. That nigga walked by. You ever see that video? Where the dude's like walking, he's like, yo, it's starting to rain.
Yeah.
She's gonna fuck up my leather. And the nigga just walked by him with his hands.
Nigga, that shit ain't leather.
Nigga said, fuck out of here. That shit ain't leather, nigga. And just kept walking. He's just like with his hands in his pocket. You don't see his face. Hey, yo, I know you. Hey, hold on, nigga. Like, he was so disrespected. Hey, somebody made a good point, though.
Fuck the nigga video.
Horrible.
But he made it go viral at the same time.
Somebody made left a comment that said that's Charlemagne on his way to work. And if you listen to it, it sounds exactly like it does sound. And that's some shit he would say to somebody. Somebody was like, that shit that was Charlemagne walking fast. That's why he was walking so fast, because he was late to the radio show. He was like, fuck out of here. This shit ain't another nigga. It's just like, hey, yo, V, I know you, fam. Hey, yo, fam. Like, he was heartbroken. Like, nigga, you just embarrassed. You just sunned me. That's the New York term. You just sunned me.
I can't stop laughing.
That shit is I still have that in my phone. That clip has been saved.
I just watched that recently. That's why.
That clip has been saved in my phone since, like, I want to say 2019, early 2020, probably. That shit is like, I don't know why. It's a certain shit I don't delete because I can just watch it and laugh. It's just because he was really trying to floss. Like, it's fucking raining on my fucking leather. Like, shut up, nigga. That shit ain't leather, nigga. You got that shit from Old Navy, nigga, for $19. Like,
is it any other like funny clips like that, content that you could remember?
The house party with the old white man comes back, and all the weird ass kids, teenagers, and whatever, like grown ups are like having a party at his house. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he's like tripping, and they're like, "Chill, we won this house. We won this house from Steve. You didn't win shit in my yard." And then the big dude in the back just pops up with like the pressed hair and the beard, and he's like, "Daddy, chill."
Oh, yeah.
The Daddy Chill clip.
Daddy Chill.
Daddy Chill is fucking hilarious.
When he's wearing
he's like wearing like he's like, but it's clearly like a big ass nigga with a beard, but his hair is all like, and he's like, Daddy Chill, and he's like, what the hell is that even? Like, and he's like, everybody get the fuck out of my house. And,
the Dominican looking boy with the lined up beard.
With his shit pressed out. Talking about Daddy Chill. Nigga said, we won this house. You didn't win shit in my yard. That clip is, that shit's timeless. The whole clip is timeless. His reaction to what the hell is that even? Like when he looked at it, because that's all of our, what the hell is that even? Like,
this is comedy.
That's it. I miss those, like, that was, what is it, Vine? I felt like those were like Vine. Those were like back in the day. Vine was actually, I think if you compare like TikTok to Vine, Vine like smokes TikTok. TikTok is just like, it's very strange. Like
I'm not on that.
Like I've had like certain people starting to like telling me I should get on TikTok, not for the dances and all the other shit, but they say like,
I expect you to do
like
stitches and shit. I see you doing duets on there and shit.
No. Hey, I ain't saying no names. There's a few comics, you and I, and Cam knows, a few comics that have been on this show that I seen kind of get lovey-dovey doing TikToks with bitches. And then that shit didn't work out, and all the TikToks was deleted off of her page and his page.
Yeah,
I'm like, y'all was doing 4 TikToks a day. Like, trying to get y'all little 3,000 views a day, 2,500 views. Y'all was doing numbers.
The funny thing is, like, on Instagram, they'll just hide it from their grid, but then, like, you go to the videos, I'm like, I still see it.
Still there.
I was like, yeah, it's a couple. I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. We ain't getting messy today, but I've seen a few of them. I'm like, oh, they together now? And I'm looking like, and some of it, the shit really wasn't even like y'all just hit record. Like, what is this? Like, y'all just was doing shit to try to get numbers. Yeah. And maybe shit didn't work out, and now they
try to play into the algorithm because they see like popping like styles of TikToks, because you see there's different formats of it, you know what I mean? They'll have one audio and, you do a reaction like this, or whatever. Yeah. Have a funny little caption or whatever.
Some goofy shit.
Yeah, so goofy shit. That's what it is.
I've seen that shit.
It's stuff for kids, though. It's like hilarious.
But I've had people tell me like, oh, you should get on there, and they send me videos, and it's like, it's more like, now I guess conspiracy, Like dudes, dudes that do the shit with the little mic.
Yeah.
And they're like, in 1814, he
with
came
the green
to
screen.
Yeah,
in the back.
and it's like showing the and in 1488, the same person came to that kind. And it's like,
Yeah, it's like
I was like, bro, you're like 16 and just read a book yesterday, and now you're like your mind is imploding, and like this is shit we've already known. You're just like kind of repeating certain shit that's like whatever. But I mean, I can see it. Like there is a lane for people that's just not on there to dance or show their fucking ass or literally and put their legs behind their heads and shit.
I learned is you gotta be careful what you say on there too.
Really?
Yeah, because I posted a clip that we did, the Total Recall clip.
And what the fuck did I do wrong?
But it's a voiceover.
You want the Mars?
Yeah.
And
they cut it. They took it down?
They took out the whole audio.
Oh, because of the movie shit. Because it's a movie.
Yeah, but it was our voices.
Oh wow!
So they muted us.
That's
but left the video.
But left the video. So the video
it wasn't a copyright.
Dang.
So it's like it's not a copyright. Maybe just that 1 second of him talking at the end was it.
Maybe.
And they just was like, yeah, maybe. Like, that's weird, though. That's what I'm saying. That shit is... Motherfuckers get on TikTok and damn near finger theyself.
Yo, for real?
Like, real shit. Instagram, like, bitches is showing pubes and shit on IG now.
For real.
Like,
hey,
ass cracks, pubes. And
Twitter
it's like,
is the Wild West nowadays,
it's kind of been like that, though.
It's been like that, but now it's just fucking
just
wild. Like,
love.
If you really want to find it, it's out there
no
for
boundaries.
you. Like, you don't even need to play fucking the OF. You don't even need to get the free link. Like, it's right there. Just look in the media.
Just subscribe.
Go to the media tab. It says, it's right there.
I just trip on that shit though. Like, dude, that's like you can post anything, but but speaking of TikTok, just like how you said, be careful what you post on there. Like I forget guy's name, but the guy that posted seeing like the giant, the Nephilim shit on the mountain in Canada, and he was like a regular TikToker. He wasn't like a conspiracy dude. He wasn't a like they're coming. He wasn't a tinfoil Sam Tripoli type guy. He was a TikToker, and he just was on his way to work with his coworker driving one day, and he was recording the mountain, and it's like in the middle of a snowstorm. It's covered in snow, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" It just looks like a person. Like the mountain is going up, and right before you get to the top, it's like a figure, and it's just standing there.
Oh,
and this shit is they've done now it's becoming a big story because a lot of YouTubers are doing videos on it, and they're like the tinfoil hat niggas, right. And then some of them are like regular, like they know the perfect balance between conspiracy. Even if their show is to tell you like the unknown, they'll be like, this turned out to all be false. Like I like those type of dudes. It's like even if your shit you believe in the beyond and unknown, but you're not trying to sell a lie.
Right.
And even though you know the truth, you'll sell the video like this happened. So you're watching it like, fuck. And then at the end, he's like, but then it turned out this was a lie. It turned out this person did that. It turned out this person worked for that. And they were, so I like those type of videos where if it's real, you know it's real. If it's not, they tell you it was bullshit.
Right.
But there's like even those dudes are like, so this guy recorded this gigantic figure and started he went back and asked people in the town, and they were like, yeah, we see that shit all the time. It just pops up.
Damn.
Next couple days on the way to work, he starts recording it again. There's nothing up there. The next day, there's 2 helicopters, military helicopters, and they're extracting something. Like one helicopter's sitting and the other one's pulling something out, look like in a gigantic net.
In Canada?
In Canada. I've read it was Mount it's something, but it's on YouTube right now, and
I'm surprised I haven't seen this yet because I usually get this information.
So that's the third video is them extracting some shit. Then he starts going up there because he's like, man, I want to know, and the people in the town said it is something. Starts going back up there, and now all of a sudden there's government like Chargers with government plates and guys saying the road's closed. So he's like, what the fuck? And like all day. So then videos, they start showing up at his house. The same cars that were on the road telling him they're parked outside of his house. When he walks out, they smash off. When they see him with a camera,
and the plot thickens.
It starts getting weird. Then he makes another video oh, it was all fake, but he's looking off camera he's looking at somebody, and he's like, oh, none of my videos were real, they were all fake. But he wasn't a conspiracy guy that made that was his first and only video of that type. The rest was TikTok-y shit. Like,
okay.
So he wasn't some like just I'm doing this to get views.
Right.
So then he made another video like moving around like this shit's true.
Just give us the gist.
Just the gist of everything. He wanted all the gist. So, but he comes back and was like it was bullshit.
Sitting on the edge of the seat like I can't take it no more.
One of the last videos he makes, he's on that road again.
How many videos did he make, bro? Like
a good 8. I'll say a good 8.
Okay,
so the last one, I mean, but you gotta think they're TikToks though, bro. They're not like, you know what I mean?
I sat here and I just spaced out right now. I was waiting.
They're like TikToks. So it's like, if the last video he makes, he's driving on that same road. Now there's on the top of the hill where he saw the figure, where he saw the helicopters. Now there's this like military. It looks like a tank with like 2 armed guns.
Dang.
Sitting, and this is like real, and it's just sitting on top of this shit. And he's like they're prepared for something to come up the hill now. And it's like this, like look like a gigantic like building, like some shit in Saving Private Ryan when they were charging that hill.
Yeah.
And how the top those bunkers, it looks like they set something at the very top, the military. And then it just pops up. Maybe he stops making videos for about a month. Then it just pops up as obituary in the paper.
Okay, yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? It's like, and this dude wasn't they're coming for us, and the Grays, and he was like a regular ass dude that looked like he just did TikToks and had a regular following, wasn't no. So that story is starting to actually gain more traction.
I feel like people like that are like the most dangerous to the people who are trying to protect that information.
The people that take them serious.
Yeah, exactly. The people who are like out there all the time.
You sound
on
crazy.
That charge,
like
when they actually do get something that is legitimate.
I heard a saying when I was a kid. They were like, the most unbelievable thing is always the truth. So it's like when you're always saying the truth, you sound like you're crazy. You're just like, no, and then they own us, and then they're coming, and then the government has to deal with them, and then there's a base, and then it's like all that shit together with no like in between sounds insane.
Do you think there's something on the moon? I know I've seen a lot of
I've seen a lot of that shit
recently about people talking about how there's like a base or like the other side of the moon.
I've seen shit from NASA, from NASA's website where they shot 2 missiles at the moon. And
what about the people that believe we never really been there?
There's that too.
I believe we didn't go when we said we did. I believe we've been there, but I believe that shit was staged like on a movie set. I believe we've gone. I think, but we wanted to act like we were going to beat because we were in the Cold War.
I think what happened is we went and the footage was fucked up because it's radiation, so you can't film that. You can't bring film back that way. It'll be fucked up. It won't work. So I think they captured it in a studio, but they tried to recreate it as to like what it was.
Because they said they shot certain scenes in the desert in Vegas, and they show from satellite pictures the surface of the moon and the desert in Vegas look identical from just like shit, little shit hitting shooting stars or whatever, just falling. In those big just miles of anything, you have like craters.
There's some shot on. There's some footage that you for sure is like where they're like falling down sideways and they're jumping weird and stuff. But
they even I remember watching that and they showed like the dude running and then they just put it in regular speed and they're just niggas in big suits jumping.
Yeah, that's all.
And like once he put it in like speed, they look like they're just jumping in big suits and the footage would just slow down. And then one dude, he debunked the whole shit. He goes, look when the dude gets out of the shuttle. And he's like, notice there's the sun, the light, the source of light is projecting because you can see the shadow on the rocks. And the shadow on the rocks on the moon are going this way. But why is there a light source directly on him and nothing else? Like you could see him coming out going down the ladder. So he's like, that didn't make sense. Then the fact when he's walking, there's light reflecting in his mask, but the shadows are casting the other. So he's like, there can't be you're on the moon, but you have multiple like sources of light. He's like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And these were like NASA people that have worked in NASA, for NASA, all kind of shit with NASA, and so it's not like just kooks, crazy motherfuckers. So I watch a lot of that shit, and some of it you can believe, some of it you can't. Like I didn't even realize how they didn't say Area 51 existed. I thought they've been had put that out. They didn't say Area 51 was real till 2013. I thought we knew that shit was real in the 90s.
I think culturally everybody knew because there was so many things out there about that area, but it was also not something the government wanted to acknowledge until way later.
Yeah, that's
they've been
10
doing
years.
This.
It's just been 10 years
they've
they've
acknowledged
that shit's real.
They like just recently acknowledged that like there's aircrafts that they literally don't have an explanation for, and it's a literal unidentified.
Like a Russian spy plane.
That's what they say it is, or Chinese spy plane or whatever.
But you remember that when years ago?
But not every. I mean,
it was years ago when a plane went missing. They said we didn't have it, and then there's a guy he was a conspiracy dude that would go in the mountains in Nevada. This dude had a telescope with like. It was binoculars attached to like a telescope, like some crazy shit he created.
Man, we're talking too much. You about to get me suicided. I'm talking right this.
Suicided.
Let's get
true
to the
though.
comedy.
Bob Lazar ass motherfucker.
I know. I can get into it. I got like 3 other things.
That's where.
Yeah, you're right though. You're
he
right though.
He seemed like
crazy.
the actual plane.
It's so crazy.
Like them taxiing it around and bringing it into a hangar.
Okay.
And he disappeared. But he was
Everybody gets disappeared.
So it was like, bro, like it's the truth is out there, like the X-Files, nigga. I'm just saying.
The other thing that was crazy before we get into comedy, though, real quick, is I saw a video of like some new stone that they found in Africa.
The vibranium looking shit.
Yeah,
that shit
I was
is.
like,
You seen that?
That is wild.
That shit is crazy, dude.
That coincides because they found it in the Congo. That coincides a lot with this whole theory that the lost city of Atlantis was in the Sahara. Right? There was like I know somebody who just went on Rogan recently and was talking about this. I saw a few clips about it and I was like, it makes sense because there was like the way they described it was like an island like in
it was circular.
Like, and having like kind of like a hill and it leads up to like a hill. And there's like they found this like foundation like in the middle of the desert that looks that way. And the way the Sahara was at one point is it was lush and it was like green because the way the Earth's natural cycle sometimes is sometimes certain places become deserts, sometimes certain places become forests, and it
fucking
goes back and forth. That happens. That is scheduled to happen soon too. So
they said it could happen in another like 10,000 years or tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like
when they literally said that. That's the government. They were like, it could be tomorrow or within like 9,000 years. Of just that shit just happens.
Because I feel like the 70s, 80s, they were saying it was going to happen like in the 2000s, and possibly at the earliest.
They were saying this was happening in 90. They were like scientists were saying that was going to happen in 2000. Like and then they're saying that's why we're overdue for it. So I'm like, hey,
we're overdue for a lot of shit. Too.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if it happened, it happened. What the fuck can you do about it? Like
the big earthquake, like you're saying, the little ones that have been happening recently.
It's just I don't know. It just seems all that shit is just it all like locks in. But even with that rock, how they were talking about that. They're saying that could be a good explanation of like how the pyramids were built, like how they're locked in so tight, and the technology of how you would cut rock. That like they're literally videos of these Africans like dug up these fucking stones, and they just touch them like it is like putting like a negative and a positive together, like and they're just two rocks.
Yeah,
and it's like blue like light coming from it, like and then one of the dudes he just takes like a wire,
took a wire
and wraps it around the rock, and the shit just lights up the wire. Like it starts like a flashlight. So it's like this is some source of something that obviously has been here for fucking millions of years. Because you had to dig it up, so it ain't new. That's something that was already here, and just so whoever either the people that handled it mishandled it, and it just wiped everybody the fuck out, or and maybe it should have stayed buried. Who knows?
I'm a big believer of we have a lot of lost knowledge. You know what I mean, like that stuff, because like there's a lot of stuff that we think, with a lot of stuff that we think are like myths are actually coming to find out actually based on stuff that actually happened, and they could like geographically prove some of this stuff, like the fact that there's like watermarks on the pyramid at certain heights and stuff like that.
Sphinx,
all that stuff is just like small indications. And they're still finding so many lost stuff nowadays, like in the Amazon all the way up to like Central America. They're using that whole LiDAR radar stuff, and there are like whole civilizations that they're finding that were like flourishing and were like dominating in that area over there too. So like as there was like kings and queens in Africa who were like fucking shit up like eons ago, in Mesoamerica, same thing was happening. I feel like so different parts of the world, like the way the history is written now, that shit is never given light to because it's like not Eurocentric and shit. You know what I mean?
And it's a lot of myths.
A lot of people don't give it credence because it gives power to certain
areas,
places,
regions.
Which, like, not to knock those cultures too, because they've gone through their own shit too. But like, I mean, Fuck, it's crazy though. I don't want to get into like a whole ranking of the shit, but everybody's got their own
But
thing.
it's like
you know?
a lot of people were comparing that shit to like vibranium. They were just saying it's
That's
like
what it
vibranium.
looked like.
And look at even the color it was turning. And they were saying it's like you just said, it would give power to certain places that they try to project as weak or needy or like they don't need shit. They can literally create a whole fucking civilization with rocks. And they said a kilo of it can power a 5-bedroom house for 2 months.
It's wild.
Yeah, just a kilo of that.
All right, so time out. It's a movie that Disney just put out. Fuck, what was the name of it? I just watched it recently, but it's the same concept. This guy, he discovers this whole new source, right? Of energy. And that's what they start using for their whole civilization, you know, to power everything in their houses, like it's the miracle, you know, type of shit, right? But then they end up going into some other shit, right? And then they have to like try to defend what it is, but come to find out it was like killing where they lived.
It was like breaking everything down low key. Like, toxic shit trying to.
So it's just like a new oil, basically.
That's pretty much what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It's this dude. I was watching the show and they were talking about the vibranium rock looking shit a couple days ago, and the dude was like, imagine like they're just finding that now, but imagine hundreds of thousands years ago with dynasties or whatever who had that shit, who used that shit. He goes, so imagine a war. And I like the point he made. He's like, imagine
World. It was called Strange World.
I remember that. I haven't seen it.
It came out last year.
Okay, I do remember here. But he said, imagine being in a war battlefield, and then the other side, you have all these thousands of soldiers, y'all ready to go to war, and then on the other side, you see like these motherfuckers walking towards you with like glowing swords and like mallets and hammers and shit that when they like touch them together, they like spark like real electricity.
Dang.
And he goes like, so, and they just demolish your whole army. And then the few survivors that go back and tell, like, they had magic weapons, and they, like, he goes, that could be literally how myths started like some Excalibur shit. Yeah. Like to where this dude's sword is literally fucking glowing whenever he touched it, or he stabbed a nigga with it and the dude's skin melted off because it's electric. So like, I was like, that's a good ass point of like how shit they seen in their mind, how their mind would compute that, or just be like, that's fucking magic, we need to get the fuck out of here, they're coming, they're gonna tell, like, just give them a tell, or we just pray to them because they're obviously on another. And I was like, that is how maybe dynasties took over, kept going, created these gigantic figures and symbols and shit that still can't be explained or got from place to place, and nobody knows like how did they get from how it's certain statues that have the same carvings in them, and there's at least 7,000 miles between each like continent or like the place where the other statue is. Right. It's like over here, then it's over there. It's like, so there's something. It's always a bigger, picture, but I was like, hey, I'm trying to get some of them stones. My chain gonna be sparking just all day. Just like that'd be cool as fuck, nigga. Watch.
That's gonna be the new crack fiend.
Nigga, you be
like, give me
this nigga look like he got his special on Fight for New York and shit. Nigga, he's his ears,
Fight for New
his
York.
Ears, this nigga ears, nigga shining, nigga.
Nah, but when he get the special and he start glowing and shit, that's what I'm saying, like when the animation kick on.
Nigga just go off on him.
You go Super Saiyan and shit, bro.
Nigga watch everything, bracelet, rings, nigga gold. Imagine having a grill of that shit, and you just spit that shit.
You would never not smile.
Motherfuckers would be like, that shit is like a UV light. That shit look crazy.
You seen those like Instagram, TikTok videos of the people's like when you just get a grill and everybody's like,
nah, bro, you know what it is, man. And he just
he's like, yo, the cutty died. He's like, oh, that's sad.
He don't want to not smile. The cutty died.
Like, yo, the homie just passed away. Like, oh, that's fucking, yo, my condolences.
Like, why you still smiling, nigga? You showing your fucking teeth.
I had a girl.
Oh, you did? What?
Get it, dude.
I had a bottom.
Yeah, I was gonna say top. Okay, that's hilarious.
I have a principle. I gotta fix my bottom teeth before I get any.
Get the
like my actual teeth.
Just get the fangs.
I don't want to get them messed up.
Get the fangs.
To match my
get
jacked
like
up
one.
line.
Get one fang. I can remember gold teeth and shit. I can remember women with like gold teeth in the 80s when I was a kid.
When they had the diamond in it.
Yeah, all kind of shit. The
you
one
can see the initials
or it was like
engraved
lace.
in them motherfuckers.
It was round, like surrounded in gold, and it'd still be the tooth.
Like a frame.
Yeah,
Yeah, the frame.
Like I remember all that
Yeah.
shit. Like women had more like mouth, like
My
gold
pops
teeth.
got that shit in silver, but that's because he got his shit done in Mexico, you know.
So okay, it's like, but I seen
Silver
more women
tooth
with that shit
adults.
in the 80s than like hood niggas like with gold rappers. Like,
Just the
It's a
frame.
frame.
Okay.
I always kind of like those though. Those are kind of dope on certain, because like Wu-Tang was the only motherfuckers that used to rock frames like that.
You know
on
where it's
they
kind
shit.
of flossy when you see it on like an old lady, like when she's got like a gold cap in the back. You're like,
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
You know, she got some fire.
Yeah.
It's that cougar.
Yeah.
Is that a cougarette?
See it in like a 74-year-old chick. You're like, damn, you've seen her. You've been around the block.
No, she wearing a garter belt.
Garter belt.
She wearing a garter belt and a slip. If it's wearing a slip. Women don't wear slips no more, nigga. She wearing a slip.
So-
Something classy. Like, that's funny as a motherfucker.
Oh my god! I swear, some of my grandma's like friends. They used to have some of those. I was like, dang, okay, oh geez,
I see you shining, Greg.
she know how to make a good asada.
That was part of the wardrobe for sure.
Oh, her fucking arroz y frijoles are fire. I already know. I don't even judge it.
That's super
been
funny.
through it.
Like, I need some of this. What's good?
Shit, I ain't worried about what your closet look like at all. Show me where the kitchen at.
That's like the equivalent to
So we
like
were the
old
kids
black
in that.
ladies that got the fat over the elbow.
That shit. Yeah.
It's the same thing. We had old black ladies with the fat elbows, or old Mexican ladies with the gold lace teeth, like or a gold tooth in the back. Like, you know they killing it. Like,
Oh, you work. You worked in the kitchen at some point.
she ran the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's what she ran the kitchen. She didn't work in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She'd be like, get those pots. She'd be telling you like, you be running with
Still
pots.
cooking with lard manteca and everything.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
She got the
Like,
masa in her hand. She making a tortilla.
In between the fingers.
that's how they be next door to the bar every day. I'd be like, just looking through like, yeah. Fresh tacos. Those shits be good too.
It's the
That
best.
should be going up.
Oh,
They just
man.
got the carnitas over there too. Oh
yeah?
man.
You didn't bring us none?
I think I went to Louisiana today. Louisiana chicken. You know it's a nice day because it was just niggas out everywhere today. I was like, it was niggas out there. I went to like Louisiana chicken, niggas in like Lambo trucks and white tees and gold chains just hanging out.
Just
Like, it don't never be
chilling.
niggas at Louisiana up here like that. Like, y'all niggas is like hanging in the alley on the side. Oh, y'all bold today. Y'all outside.
That Greg Street song, gonna have a good
Yeah.
day. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I was just playing all day on a loop.
That's funny as fuck. Nigga was
love
in like
that song,
a
yo.
nigga was in
Can't
like
have a bad mood to listen to that
I
song.
don't even know the name of that color.
You can't.
What's that color when it's like? I don't. It's a color. It's
What is it
like
close to?
like a rainbow almost. That's what I'm saying. It's not a. It's like
Nigga, that's all the colors.
it's usually on metal. And it's like when the metal turns like yellow, bluish. You know what I'm talking about? It's like I don't know the actual name
Candy
of it.
paint?
Nah, it's
It's like the pearl lesson. One? Or
No,
I don't
it's
know what
like,
the fuck it is. I'm fucking-
it's like a hologram. It starts with A. It's like, but it's usually like on like I've seen silverware like that. I've seen like it's like kind of just like usually like some fun shit for like to decorate your like house shit. Yeah, that shit. He had an iridescent Lambo truck
Oh shit.
sitting in front of Louisiana, like
I'm pretty
Jay.
sure that was a very expensive paint. job.
Man, I was like, nigga, what you parked in the alley for, nigga?
You got that vibranium.
That's how he paid
that-
for it. Yeah, he got that vibrate. He got that.
Vibranium
He
truck.
didn't crack some of them rocks over his
Hey,
shit.
it was probably a whole like business deal going on right there.
Yeah,
You
and I
was,
just
like,
pulled
all-
up.
Yeah, you was
That's
all
why I
made
sat
all
in the
that
car
shit.
for about 30 seconds before I got out. And I was like, let these niggas drive
In
on.
the alley for sure.
Y'all
yeah.
in the alley on the side, and the other niggas are selling mixtapes in the sides. Like, hey, I support my music, like, bro.
Like I don't have a cassette player.
Who the
bro.
fuck is still like? Why are you still selling CDs, my nigga? Why are you still selling CDs?
He's like, it's coming back around. I know, but like
we're
only on some
what? Ain't
people's
no-
albums.
ain't no card.
As a
Hey, if
collector's
niggas
edition.
ain't out here handing out thumb drives no more.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like that's where you need to be at.
Yeah, like,
Like, give me a QR code or
why are
something
you
I
giving-
can scan.
Why are you with a CD? Like,
Yeah,
nigga,
because
nobody-
everything's a fucking C, huh?
You got to do them drop cards now. You can't even do some
Yeah.
you can't even do the thumb drive. It's like, what are you gonna do with a thumb drive, bro? I got USB-C over here.
QR
you gotta
code
make
with
this
the link
niggas take their
tree
phone out and subscribe to your page. Or
I'm just gonna
something.
airdrop the whole
That's what it
mixtape
is.
to you. Don't trip.
Just go to my streaming page and just subscribe to it, just so you get all
And
this
that's
shit.
why they make it to where you have to just have all your shit on platforms and shit like that, to where when somebody search your name, it's there.
Part of it is it's YouTube, whatever it is. If it's you freestyling over some shit or you can't release on Spotify, something, you know what I mean?
You're on Tidal.
Yeah.
Like, you're on Tidal.
Oh shoot.
That shit's crazy.
That shit pisses me off though when somebody's got some fire shit and you're like, oh, this is dope, but this is not a cleared sample, and then like 2 months later it's off of Spotify. Or whatever. You're like, damn.
I've seen songs on YouTube like that. Dudes have a whole video and get 1 million views, and then the shit go down for like a few months, and then they come back like 6 months later.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And that was the only place you could hear it, or even if it was on YouTube and it might have been on a couple of Amazon Music or something, and you go and it's taken off everything.
You got it on YouTube MP3 immediately as soon as shit
I used to do that
drops
shit
sometimes
all the
now.
time. I used to stay doing it. That was my shit.
Dang.
Is
man.
that shit? Can you still do that?
I do not.
I'm not sure.
No.
I have no fucking LimeWire and shit. He gonna have.
I'll do it every once in a while.
Metallica, you have Metallica come for you.
Rip some shit from SoundCloud.
Your Metallica came for the little.
I don't do
Yeah,
it, but I can
dude.
tell you how they do it.
Yeah, right.
you know?
I know somebody that does. Like,
I remember when Metallica came for Napster.
dude.
And they were like, well, it's like a 16-year-old kid that runs this shit. They're like, fuck him. And they're like, bro, you're like, it's like he's just downloading the music or making it to where we can hear your music, but we're not getting paid for it. Like, you got like $1 billion off this
You're
shit.
stealing our music.
Yeah, and that's why they said they kind of took a hit behind that, I guess, from fans, from their like real fan base, because they were looked at as like, you're like hard death, like rock type
Yeah,
shit,
but you're
and
hella
you kind of on
corporate.
some corporate, like you can't listen to my music unless you
Selling
pay
out.
for it. And
Sell out.
I remember that being a big story on MTV News when I was like maybe 17, 18. And I remember like Metallica, even people I knew in real life, and were like, those dudes are fucking posers. And I'm like, damn. Like, and I didn't even know, other than Enter the Sandman was probably the only Metallica song I like knew about.
Right.
And I remember that shit literally, it seemed like it had a big backlash on their fan base. I'm sure not their success or their history, because they're still fucking Metallica.
They kept it pushing because they're
But
that
yeah,
big,
they didn't.
like,
But it did kind of make
yeah.
them look like, okay, you guys are just old businessmen now. You're not like these hard the shit the fans, because this music is old. These fans are new.
That whole side,
too.
that whole side of the game's too fucking wild.
It's like-
man. It is cutthroat. So like, I get why they like super territorial.
Yeah,
and shit.
it's like this is our income. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but like they happen to do that at like a certain point in time where like the technology was changing and our understanding of what ownership of music was. You know what I mean?
that too.
Like,
And
so-
it was around that
because
time.
it's
too.
not, it wasn't something physical. It's now became something digital, and it's like it
Yeah,
became
the whole
something past
industry
the
was
wild.
changing.
Yeah, that
exactly.
is true.
So
It was like everything was.
it was like groundbreaking.
That's what
time
made
in
the
that.
industry change.
Yeah,
honestly.
partially. Yeah.
Napster, you know, in the very beginning, like that's really what
Yeah.
because all the other little you know, LimeWire and everything popped up after that.
Yeah.
The thing that
Bear share.
Niggas was on
right.
dial-up
Yeah.
internet with America Online fucking downloading music, and it took like 8 hours to fucking download one song.
Dude, you remember
that's
remember when you would do that
crazy.
and then it would be like the fake shit, the bootleg shit.
It'd be
where
some guy
yeah,
rapping.
You get
yeah.
the fake Bill Clinton
Bill
voice?
Clinton. That's what I was gonna say. The Bill Clinton
Or a
voice.
DJ drop. You be like,
Fuck.
Yeah, god
Like, you
damn,
sat
that's
here
a waste of
all
20
day-
minutes.
All day for this shit.
But what it was, right?
Or a
it's like
nigga insert
I
his
gotta
verse
delete
in.
it and that takes
the
forever.
same
I
way-
hated that.
the same way everybody's downloading music. It's like you can upload music. So you upload music and you tag music a certain type of way, and then that's how people doing that. Like they saying, all right, this is what it is. This is what I'm put as the title, but I'm gonna just put this little bullshit ass file in there.
that's how Dane Cook got his shit started. He used to do that shit. He used to put other comedians' names, upload it, and then you would download it. And you get a Dane Cook like mixed up or Dane Cook.
Bruh, I
So
remember
think
that.
about how people
I remember
capitalized
that. That is
on that era.
wild.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Dane Cook.
Low
I always like
key.
Dane Cook.
I was like, why is this a
But
the same,
it was a
same,
lane that he capitalized on.
I
Kool-Aid
didn't know that.
bit. I love this Kool-Aid bit, but I don't. Why do I have it 7 times in my fucking? And I'm like, why is it under George Lopez, George Carlin? Why is it over some? You know what I mean? Like,
Crazy.
I'd be like,
He was
what
getting
the
them
fuck?
views. That's why people don't probably
Yeah.
like him. They're like, nigga, you was
Oh
you
man,
cornered the market. You monopolized.
He
the
did
game.
that shit, and then he got on MySpace early. Like he was one of the first people to get.
I remember
fat
him on like
presence
Comedy
that.
Central before. I remember Dane
But
Cook.
that extended his like peak and shit.
I feel like he was like 10 years
you
in
know,
by the time MySpace came.
he was already
He was a good,
doing
like decade because I remember
he was already
him-
doing it.
I remember
as a
watching his
comic,
special
yeah.
when I was probably like I had to be 16, watching Dane Cook's special on. And I had never heard. I think I might have seen him on one other thing, and I thought he was funny.
Mm.
And I would just always watch Comedy Central. And I was watching, and it was
Yeah, the
like,
one where he's wearing the black T-shirt.
yeah,
yeah. Hella young,
and
hella young.
it came on like
a half hour. Right?
It came on like 11 a.m. or something, and I was like, and that shit was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
The whole I remember like holding my side, like this dude's
got hella
fucking
sweaty,
hilarious.
like, at the
and
end,
he's
yeah,
like,
it was
and then they
hella
came back from
energetic.
commercial, and I remember him like walking up to the camera, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Are you sitting over there booting black tar heroin?" And it was just so fucking random, and it was funny as fuck. And he was just talking about working at Burger King and his brother, and you could never hear the person on the microphone, and all you hear, and that's like, and pickles,
Yeah.
and like extra pickles, and then pickles. Like, he was, and I remember just as a kid that I would be in tears watching that nigga. Like Dane Cook was probably one of my favorite comics when I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
When I first seen him, so to see when I got older and I still wasn't even contemplating doing comedy, but to see like how much hate like people don't like him, and it was like, where is
yeah.
this
And I was
from?
like, oh,
kinda?
no.
Yeah, it's like, where is this from, low key? Like maybe they just all hate LimeWire because he
I don't
fucked
know.
all their mixtapes.
Some
up.
of it might have been jealousy, but I feel like he might have burned some bridges. But I don't know.
Yeah, see,
So,
I'm
like,
like,
don't know,
I've
and I
never
don't wanna
known.
talk,
Like,
so.
I've heard these. I haven't heard. Even
But he
as
was
a comic,
hilarious in that
and I
era,
see he
though.
does shows with some of the people we know. So
Yeah.
he does shit with like big people and young up and coming people.
I haven't seen him recently, but yeah, he's still doing
I
it.
seen
He's
him
still
on a
doing it.
flyer with
Like personally, I haven't seen him perform.
I want to say within like the last maybe 6 months, I seen him like and on a flyer with like I want to either like Alyssa Petit or
Okay, yeah,
somebody
yeah,
like
yeah.
the one like that we know like that's and it was maybe two of them like him. It was like Dane Cook. His face was like the headliner, and it was like one or two people we actually
I've seen
know.
him on some improv lineups, like in the last
And that
month
too,
or so,
that too.
Yeah, so.
I said, so it's like I felt like he probably
He's been
just
getting up, so.
it's like if, when,
Respect
once,
to the OG.
once you're like
Respect.
20 plus years in, I guess you can be like whatever, and he's back and forth doing movies. I feel like Ryan Reynolds took his like
His lane a little
took
bit.
his lane because I would always confuse them after, even though I knew Dane Cook first, and then Ryan Reynolds, and I always bet they were both funny because Ryan Reynolds was always funny. So it was like the two funny guys that kind of look alike, but one's kind of seems like he's a little better at being funny in movies, at least, and that was Ryan Reynolds.
His acting.
Yeah, his
natural.
acting was like
On camera.
like he's acting funnier, but Dane Cook can kind of act darker.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like he can act more serious as the comedian, but the guy that doesn't do stand up. But I'm like, your fucking dad is Burt Reynolds, and he's just one of the like natural funny motherfuckers. It's like all he does is chew gum and like, yeah. It just that shit was funny to me, like watching Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
So.
R.I.P. to the legend.
Yeah, fucking Smokey and the Bandit. Who is Smokey the Bandit? You didn't know that? I think I like blow people's mind with that like once a year. My uncle didn't know either. He was like, "That's his dad." I was like, "Bro, have you ever seen this nigga with a mustache? They're like identical fucking twins." Like, it's like that's his.
That low key did blow my mind right now too. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know?
Like a low key.
Oh, you didn't know?
Don't try to act not impressed.
I am. I'm just like, I kind
Yeah,
of let
like
that go. Let that sit.
that's
I was
how
like,
he.
yeah, you're right.
That's
Okay,
kind of why
I'm
he
good.
started in the movies he
Call me
started
out.
in. He was considered just like oh, like you're just an up and coming kid actor.
There's a lot
or
of
not
people like
kid
that.
actor, but the
There's a lot of people in Hollywood like that you don't know are like kids of like famous people. Nicolas Cage is a Coppola.
Yeah.
Like shit like
He
that.
was Nicolas
You know what I mean?
Coppola.
Yep.
He changed his name to
changed his
Cage.
name to Cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like little shit like that.
He said he wanted because he said he
Who
wanted
was
to
he
do it
related
also.
to?
His hairline
Francis
still
Ford
holds.
Coppola.
His hairline still holding on.
Like he wanted, he said he wanted to just do all the shit by himself. He didn't want like
He wanted to earn it. He wanted to like.
He didn't want that name to just be like that's the only reason he gonna get in movies or they don't want you in their movies.
There's a couple other examples, but like.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
You know what's crazy is Paul Giamatti. His dad was Bart Giamatti, who was like an MLB commissioner before he
shit, I
passed
didn't
for
know
like
that.
two seasons before he passed away.
But I didn't know that because
like
I
in
mean the
80s.
name
I was
sounds
that's
like
hella crazy. I was
Giamatti.
like,
Like,
yeah, I was like, what the fuck? It's just hella random. And I'm like, damn, I don't know you're. So like some people, I don't know.
There's a lot of
It is what it is.
like
they get
we'd
the
have to,
opportunity to pursue those like more artistic careers sometimes. You know, depending on their background. If you're lucky enough,
you don't have to follow what the family did.
Yeah, exactly. All that shit.
Shit, I really fuck y'all up. You know, Bruce Buffer and what's it called?
Michael Buffer.
Okay, they're brothers, right? Everybody knows that. But they didn't know they were brothers until they already made it.
Yeah. I said I watched that shit.
That's wild.
He said he used to watch like his fights or watch the fights, and he'd be like, man, that dude is. He said him and his boy would be like, man, that'd be like a dope job. And he said he just found out because his dad had some like letters or something. That like the letters, I guess, pretty much he had him. He was like his side kid. And that's why back then you just didn't acknowledge side kids. Right. That was just normal. Like, and the wife didn't. Just as long as you don't acknowledge him, we stay together with this family. And that's what he did. So he was in like an orphanage and all kind of. He was adopted, and then he said they just. After his dad, he saw the letters, and his dad was like, "Oh yeah, your brother, your real last or something," and they just ended up meeting, and he was like, hey, "That's his fucking brother." Like, oh, that's crazy. Because I was like just watching him on UFC and be like, "Man, that nigga look like," or he's doing the Bruce Buffer shit, or the Michael. I don't know. I forgot which one is which.
Did you see him on Schultz's special? No. he did the intro. It was his special.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, like
did he get knocked out?
Paid him to get.
Because you know how they say it's either like it's like bad luck when you do the fist bump.
Raining.
He's just like
defending. You do one of those.
Like I think somebody had a video of him in the gym like some years back. He was in like a gym and the person was recording him and he was like on the machine like he does like a workout like the way he like does the mic or the way he points. So when he goes and now it's time, then he goes fighting and he points and then he literally like
he's got like a weight.
He was like literally
like
he
a
was
10-pound
like
weight.
Machine. Like that shit was funny as fuck. They're like he really trains for this shit. Just like nigga, even the UFC, even the vocal niggas gotta get in the gym. And
I know you guys seen like the viral videos of people was just like, what's he training for?
Yeah, those
all
be
black.
funny
Where
as hell.
He's got like the 10-pound weight.
He's like running with the weight.
Running with the weight.
Up in the chopper.
I saw one. It was one of them was like a lefty workout, and one was a righty workout. The righty workout was do like 30 reps of the Second Amendment. So it was like one of these, and then it was like protest stomps like times to 20 or whatever. And then the protester one, like the lefty one was like a lot of cardio. It was like protests or whatever. A lot of doing knees. Like, I was like, yo, that's stupid. It was on some like gym TikTok page or whatever I follow. It's fucking stupid. And like people in the comments were like feeling some kind of way about it because it was all political one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to get a lot of different opinions, mixed opinions.
That was hilarious.
For real. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
hogging this shit. My bad.
Oh no, you good. Shit, what else we got? I think that was. Oh, one more. Did you see the? They got mad because the Woman King and some other movie with Viola Davis got like snubbed at the Oscars.
Okay. Yeah, well, as you said that, something else clicked into my head right now. But go ahead.
It was like so. It's Viola Davis as the Woman King, and then the other chick from Black Panther from Walking Dead. The one I never can remember her name, but the one from Walking Dead with the sword, Michonne. Yeah. That's the only name I always remember as Michonne.
With the dreads.
Yeah. So she was in some other movie I had no idea about, but I guess it's supposed to be some good movie. But neither one got nominated, and everybody's like in their feelings, and I'm like, why are we surprised? That like, I mean, it's like, bro, and then with the funny thing that made me laugh, people were literally in the comments like, this is the Will and Jada effect.
Yo,
are you fucking serious? The rest of us. It was like, the rest of us we're being punished for what they, like, first of all, us, nigga, you're not a movie star. You're a nigga in the comments on IG talking about we're being punished. And second of all, when have they nominated great black movies ever? For like anything other than like what cop movies or hood pimp like movies or
gonna
just
say
or
Boys in the Hood, is it?
yeah,
Not Boys in the Hood.
like Hustle and Flow and Training Day and
Training
Precious,
Day.
shit like that. Like
What was the other one? Moonlight recently.
yeah, like so I ain't never even
Stuff
watched
haven't
it.
seen that one.
Bruh.
Stuff haven't
I ain't
seen
even
that one.
watched
Hey,
that
Stuff
shit.
haven't
that
seen
shit
that
caught me off guard.
I
I
ain't even
wasn't
watched-
ready for that. Yeah.
I was about to watch it.
I saw that shit on accident.
Yo, I haven't
dude-
seen
the
it. Not on some prejudice shit. I just don't watch movies out of it.
The dude who
I know people are gonna
the
just
dude
say
who
some
wrote
shit.
the movie, I
It's
guess it was
stupid.
based on a true story.
Yeah.
So the family of the black dude was suing the shit out of him because they was like, we don't want nobody to know that shit about our daddy shit.
Oh, they daddy too.
Okay.
Not the daddy. Daddy chill.
Daddy.
Daddy, no.
Daddy chill. Daddy no. Daddy Fucking up, Mr. Deeds. That shit. You was cussing in front of ladies. Like, Daddy no. That shit always. That shit was hilarious. Mr. Deeds is a classic.
That's a
fucking
movie.
classic.
That is a classic movie. John Turturro's hilarious.
Or we're sitting in a tin can. That shit is classic. He adored Mountain Dew. the images of that foot will haunt my nightmares forever.
I had one more topic.
Oh, all right, yeah, okay, I'll just finish. What I'm just saying, don't blame Will Smith and fucking Jada Pinkett for these other people's racism, snubbing black and brown and every other color, movie of color for the last 40, 50, 60 fucking years. Even when black people or a person of color would be the best actor or actress in a movie and would win or be nominated and they'd have to sit outside. That was Will and Jada wasn't even born in. So you see what I'm saying? Though I felt like that's a cop out just to try to still punish Will or
Some Sidney Poitier.
so like fuck
he
out of
really
here.
went through
Like
some
they
shit.
don't nominate black movies no matter how good they are, not the ones that we like and accept as like that's a good ass movie that spoke to us for us. They like to this is what you should like. The Academy is raving about this. Like who fuck you in with the Academy? Like
Bro,
so
every year a slave movie. comes
exactly
out,
a
yo.
slave movie, a butler movie,
Yeah.
a help movie, or
Every year, man.
or I'm a
It's like he
crackhead.
did. What was that movie Will Smith just put out?
Emancipation.
Yeah.
It's like that wasn't enough. You feel me?
That was
He gotta do.
that was
He gotta
enough,
do.
right?
He
That
gotta
was
do
his
one more
comeback.
slave movie than a series.
He's-
He has to do one more slave movie than a 8-part,
did
a
Bag of
2-season series of being like Abraham Lincoln's butler or something.
On 2-part
So,
series.
like on Netflix or something.
docuseries.
Then we'll
And he
get
got
you
to pay
back.
for it himself.
And
on
then,
HBO
and then we'll
Max.
release Bright 2. Then Bright 2 will be
Bright
released.
2 is
That's what I was waiting for. They talk about they canceled Bright 2 because he slapped this goofy nigga Chris. Like,
he slapped this
it's like, oh, like you slapped this nigga and then they canceled Bright 2. Nigga, I wanted to see whatever with the
At least
old-
Bel Air season 2 about to drop. You know?
I haven't even watched season 1. I ain't even watched 1.
I like it.
I don't really.
I haven't
I'll
seen it.
probably,
I haven't
I'll probably
seen it.
fall into it and here and there, but I
Okay,
just thought the
yeah.
Viola Davis shit, and then too, I thought those movies really weren't. At least the one wasn't even all that good. Like the way they trying to amp up the Woman King, like it was the greatest movie ever. When it was little facts that they tried to spin around and act like that wasn't true about that part of Africa and slavery and the slave trade, and they were fighting back. Like no, they were the biggest slave traders over there, and just to try to like spin that. Of like this, and it's again telling us this is what you should. You see what I'm saying? Not like so. If you know your history, and you know that part of Africa they talking about. That part was when white people like to use that. Well, it was African selling. Like they use that, but then you try to use that to champion that same region. Like so, that's why that movie is kind of bullshit. Just like the Harriet Tubman movie was kind of bullshit. It was shit that wasn't real that they just added. So. I feel like why are you mad that a movie didn't get nominated by racist people into a movie that wasn't really good? Maybe just to me it wasn't good, but to a lot of people it was like that was bullshit. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like they kind of everybody's so sensitive about like a acceptance from other people.
So that leads into my topic, right? I'm happy that he ended it the way he ended it, right?
Let's get it.
Because that leads into my topic.
Perfect.
Aretha Franklin's 1968 song "A Natural Woman" deemed offensive by trans community.
Okay, so that turned out to be a troll. That's not even. It's not. It wasn't. And the New
Is it
York
a
Times,
Russian troll?
No, the New
Troll
York Times ran with it. The New York Times ran. So I've been because I was.
They're just trying to get people riled
That's why I
up.
stopped jumping out the window like I used to over a lot of shit
all that,
immediately.
yeah.
So hold on. Let's read the second slide. Right. This is the breakdown. Aretha Franklin's 1968 song "Natural Woman" perpetuates multiple harmful anti-trans stereotypes. There is no such thing as a natural woman.
But it is.
This song has helped inspire acts of harm against transgender women. TCMA is requesting it is removed from Spotify and Apple Music.
So it turned out that the New York Times ran with that story yesterday. So they're the biggest goofballs out of everybody because they're the New York Times, and they really ran with a satire article. That shit's it's not true at all.
New York Times,
it's 100% like
It's a tweet.
literally. It was, but the tweet is not real. It's a tweet, but it's literally a satire tweet.
Just
They were
was
just,
thrown
it
out
was
there.
a joke, and
Bro,
the
Twitter
New
is
York
just-
Times really ran with that shit.
Hey,
like,
but social
so
media.
there's no
it's
trans people that were
that's-
mad about that shit. That was literally just a.
Shit runs wild on
But I wouldn't be
Twitter.
Hey,
surprised.
so what
if-
did they do? Did they start doing a survey? Did they start asking
No, I mean,
trans
but
people
look,
like, "Oh,
but
do you,
look. The
how do
way-
you feel
the way
about
shit-
this song? Do
the
you
way
like
shit
it?
runs now-
You don't like it?
The way the shit runs now, there probably are people
Like, how
that.
did they figure this
There
shit
probably
out?
were people that are
man.
trans or gay or whatever that really saw that article and was
And
like,
felt
yeah,
that, yeah,
and got
yeah.
behind it and never even heard that song. Don't know the words to it.
Exactly.
And they're like, yeah, so they were probably like, you know that's what motherfuckers do. Yeah. When they get behind
sit
shit.
your ass down.
Man, sit your ass down. So when niggas get behind shit, like when niggas get behind shit that they shouldn't get behind, like pause. Like, yeah.
Time out. Don't get no pause. Give me a time out. Give me a time full.
But I feel like I feel like a fake article like that could actually pick up real steam. Like they could pick up real steam on a fake article if people just seen that on Twitter and just like it, comment, and reshare it. And then they act like it's from some real trans person that
does
doesn't
happen.
exist. And then the New York Times fucking runs with
As soon
it.
as I read that, I was like, have I ever heard of that organization ever before in my
Ever.
life, too? That was
Ever.
like-
It sounded
like,
weird.
Hey, the
Even if it
acronyms look like it's some shit.
It was like the trend. It was because
Even
they
if it
said
is,
it out,
even
and when
if
they
it
said
is.
it,
I got it right here.
yeah, it's not bro.
Transcultural mindfulness.
The booty gang. Yes.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Well, everybody, I'm cool ass Cam.
Ah! We're done. Let Aretha Franklin rest.
Yeah, you got her and her big boobs flopping around in her grave right now.
That's
She turning over.
That's fucked up.
She turned over. Her titties is still on her back. No, her titties is still on her back.
They gonna clapping.
That is very
She
dark.
look like a Cinnabon, like Cinnabon with the that's her
Glaze?
titty glaze. We ain't gonna glaze over that.
Oh no, we ain't gonna glaze over it. It's
Oh shit! Oh my god! This is what happens when it's just. I think you're too high.
oh god.
And I like it. I like this world. But damn, make sure y'all follow me, Tony Grams, at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. Follow Innovative Culture. We'll follow back. Make sure you come out this Saturday to El Cid. We're doing the Help Us Get Famous show hosted by Povs Comedy and Danny Brooks with myself, Nicole Denise, B. Gutierrez. It's a bunch of dope people. Kristen Lundberg. It's a bunch of dope people on that show. So make sure y'all pull up. It's right on Sunset. It's a dope spot, and I think you can actually smile. I ain't gonna say you think because we didn't. Yeah. So make sure y'all pull up. It's 28th. Hopefully see y'all there, and make sure y'all follow and check all the rest of the shows. And shit, let y'all, Mario.
All right, yeah. Follow me on Instagram at Puro Caballero. Come see me in person. I'll give you a sticker. I got shows coming up. We've been throwing shows at Thai Angel Bar. It's like
Dope spot.
about a year and a half now, almost. I
At
don't
least
know.
like because you was doing it. I've been doing
Yeah,
the bar, the
something like
Crows
that.
for a year, and you were doing it at least like
Yeah.
about 6-7 months before I started doing it at the
Damn,
Crows.
so you coming up on 2 years.
Yeah,
Something
at
like
least.
that, yeah, like in August or September this year, something like that. So that's still up and running every other week. We just had our show last night, so our next show will be February 7th, and then the 21st, boom, that's math. We got another couple shows coming up at LA L Works. I'm fucking up the mic stand. Come by LA L Works. We got one in Hawthorne. We got one in Culver City as well next month. We'll be posting all the information on my page. Out of Breath Productions, give us some love there too. And yeah, PUROCABALLERO. Boom, boom, boom. You good?
He trying to spell his name out.
My bad. All in the mic.
That's
Weed
about
is
it.
weed.
Okay, for me, I'm cool as Cam. Y'all can follow me at COOLAZZCAM.
Look at him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, sit your ass down. I'm gonna let DJ Punch take us out.
He said niggas know where to follow me.
How you gonna just pass the buck like that?
Get on. Let's take it.
I
Let's close it
I
out.
don't even got a camera. Y'all can follow me at I am
They can
DJ
hear
Punch,
you.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the host Shabam Boo, baby. Make sure you follow the podcast with me and the homie Cool Ass Cam at the FMAB Podcast. Make sure you follow Innovative Culture at innovative.culture. And man, while you at it, make sure you subscribe to the website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Subscribe to the YouTube /Innovative Culture.
Boom.
Yeah. Peace. Innovative comedy.